All right. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. Let's see how many people are going to be here today. Let's do this. Let's go there. That's good. All right. Let's see. Looks like we got 7 people in here already. Where's my preview? There we are. Okay. Let me get this over here. I will do. Let me do that. Because that should be easier. Question mark. Yeah, that should be good. P Train, good morning. Quada, good morning. Kevin, what's up? Zach, good morning. All right, let's see what we got today. I don't know if there's gonna be a whole lot, but we will still check it out. Looks like Q's is gonna be at supply. I'm kind of expecting stuff's gonna be relatively choppy today. Good morning. How are you? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Thank you for asking. Steven says Steve Tucson. Is that you saying you're from Tucson? IWM. I don't think we'll have supply here. Yeah. Nice, man. Yeah, not really. We'll have a little bit of demand here. It's not the greatest demand in the world. Kind of just that end of day rally yesterday. We could see if we bounce off that. We don't really have supply in the way, so gives us a little more room to go up. Keep an eye on it. I don't think SPY and Qs I'm really that interested in, because Qs is going to bounce right off supply, and SPY not really much there. Not mean to do that. Apple could be a good little TLM play, depending on how we open. This could be good. Relatively bullish recently. I'd like that. Amazon's going to be in supply, so we'll have to watch out for that. We can break through that supply, though. We have a decent amount of room to go up after that. Yeah, I feel like we got to break through that supply. PLTR. We got here. Maybe a little bit of supply up here. Don't know if we'll hit that today. Maybe if we get a bigger trend day, we will. Could look for a move back down to demand from the gap up. That could happen. Scott, good morning. How are you? AMD pushing back up to 210. Don't really have anything here. I don't know if we'll hit. I don't know if we'll hit supply today. Been relatively bearish. So if we did, maybe we could look for something there. Hood. Gonna be opening inside. Supply looks like relatively towards the top. This supply already got hit, so we don't have to worry about that. Hood could have some room to run up pretty easily. If we can clear this area. If we can clear like 123. I would assume that continues to run. Probably nothing on Microsoft. Gap ups are going to be a little tricky today. Nvidia will be a supply. Again, depending how the market. I think that sell-off yesterday was pretty stupid. So I'm not sure I'd really want to short it. But we get a little bit of sell-off. We could look for it. Goog. What we got? Hit 328 yesterday. Maybe. Only thing. Will depend on what we do at open. That could be a TLM play. It's gonna be a little weird. Meta finally moving back up. Looks like we will have nice supply zone here. We actually bounced off. Lower time frame wise though. Don't have any great lows. Don't have any great demands either though. We could see how that opens. If we start to form sort of that downtrend, could be a nice little play. Coin's going to open at supply. Obviously very bullish, or very bearish, sorry. That could be a nice little play. Again, don't really have a low. I don't love that. Don't love it. AVGO pretty choppy yesterday. Depending on where we open, possibly a TLM play. Really bullish recently. This opened lower. I'd like TLM a little more. Keep it there for now. See where we open. TSM, a little bit of supply up here. Draw that on like the 45. I don't know if we'll hit that today. Could see a good reversal off of that though. Oracle gaps up a lot. That is pretty good gap up. Maybe we bounce off this. I don't think we'll bounce off this candle. I'd expect the bounce. But we might. This would be something I could definitely see us shorting today. See if we bounce up here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a reaction there though. MU. Not going to be a supply bounce. Still pretty bullish overall for MU. Could look for a move back down to here. I don't love that though. Tesla. Maybe a little bit of supply there. Really in this area. You could look at Tesla if you want. Probably pass on that. Netflix. What do we think about this? Could see a decent move to the downside here. Probably would have enough room as well. Adam, good morning. All County Trucks, good morning. Walmart. Bounced off some supply here. Don't have any. And our best low break is probably here. It's pretty close to that next demand, though. That's the problem. Just don't know if we'd move down there, retrace, and then push down lower. Also a little more bearish than anything. It's kind of counter trend. HIMS was very choppy yesterday. Probably stay away from these just because spreads. Okay, I think we got a decent amount of stuff to watch today. I'm not expecting a ton of movement today. I will say that. Day before Thanksgiving, volume a lot lower. Wow, I really did not spell that correctly. But yeah, volume will probably be lower today, so I won't expect any huge moves. We'll have some decent stuff to look for. Chris, what's up, man? Can you look at Apple again? Yeah. I'm just going to be looking for a TLM play to the upside. So probably establish a nice move above these highs. Get in somewhere there. I like it. No real supply in the way either, which is nice. Goog is a very similar thing. The only thing with Goog is we have a little bit of a gap down from here, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I like Apple a lot more. IWM's a little bit of a weird one. These ones we'll look at shorts possibly. I don't know if Oracle will get all the way up here to short. AVGO we'd have to see open lower. TSM would need a little bit of a push up, and then Netflix need to establish kind of that breakdown. No, just a narrow channel in a volatile market. Yeah, that's a fair point. No worries, Chris. No worries at all. Looks like we'll have about 7 minutes tomorrow. My thinker swim up for Thanksgiving. What's everyone doing? I assume a lot of family, which is always good. I'm on cooking duty this year, which starts tonight, which will be fun. We'll see where the market goes today. A lot of stuff's up though. I know we got I think it was like job reports this morning. Yeah, jobless claims. Chicago PMI at 945. Okay, so no big news today. It's kind of just the pre-market stuff, which is nice. I think we'll be watching Apple the closest here, at least at open. See how that goes. Let me find. Where's this? Okay, so that's there. That should be fine. Okay. Where's that? That's up. All right, nice. Nice. All right. Get that up. So we're ready for market open. Apple should open nice. Let's double check these to make sure nothing's going to open too far away from where we think. Does look like most of these are good. Coin might open a little too high. Surprised AVGO doesn't have. Just don't really have any demand there. A little surprising. Netflix might open higher as well. All right, we'll see where these go. Kat, good morning. How are you? How are you doing? All right, let's see. Let's see. Looks like John was looking at possibly some things off supply. See what he's saying. You'll see what he is saying. I think Apple will probably be the play of the day today, more than anything. Assuming it has a good open. Assuming we get a good open. Where's SPY gonna open? 677, 612. It's not super close to supply there. Opening a little bit lower. Looks like maybe a little bit of a pre-market drop right there. Nothing major. AVGO actually went up. Yeah, that's not great. I don't really want to short that. We'll probably take that off. TSM's right at supply. Netflix probably going to be too high. Take that off as well. Don't think I would trade coin either way. Meta's probably going to be too high also. Yeah, that might be opening too high. All right, market is open. Good first little move from Apple. See what NVIDIA does. Yeah, Apple could be really good. We have a nice low there. That could be good. Miles, good morning, man. I'm doing good. How are you? Matthew, good morning. Hope all is well with you too, man. All right. See if we can get a nice little close on Apple and then a bit of a pullback. Oof. Don't know if we're going to retrace though. Where would we need to be? Just get like back down there. Does not look like that's going to happen. Not really bouncing off anything. Guess that wick, but major. This might just go. Don't really have a lot of room to the upside, to be honest. Probably could look for if we pulled back down there, I'd be okay with that. I just don't think we will. Yeah, that'd be quite a pullback. I don't think we're gonna get that. I will put it in just to see. What are we looking at though? Probably something like that. It's quite a drop. Quite a drop. I don't think it's going to give us that much of a pullback. I'd be very surprised if it does. Let's get upside structure though. I'd be very shocked if we see that. Just do Goog. I guess kind of off. I mean, if you wanted to say you have demand here, you could. It's pretty close to where our stop would be, theoretically, though. Decent target. Looks like Apple is going to just keep going. A little bit unfortunate. I don't love this Goog play. If the market wants to rip, I would not mind it. See what the market does here. Yeah, Apple. I mean, it pulled back to your 50, but you can't really get good risk reward with that. unfortunately. Unfortunately. Where's that at? Around this area. Seems a little bit audacious. Let me do this. And we'll do that. Don't know if I love these as much. See if Gook holds that area. Meta drops. Meta drops pretty hard, actually. A little bit of demand there you might be worried about. I probably would have rather it have cleared that next kind of shelf here, to be honest. I think I would have preferred that. Apple's coming back down. Yeah, I just don't think Goog's going to hold that low. As much as I would love it to, I just don't think it's gonna. I don't know. I could be wrong. This is probably... Oh no, we didn't even hit that gap. That's actually surprising. That is actually surprising. NVIDIA selling off a little bit. See if we get below that low. Could be decent. Yeah, Goog didn't hold that low. I kind of figured. Yeah. Not surprised. Not surprised. Apple might end up coming back down to the sort of retrace we were looking for. Which I would still like, I think. NVIDIA rejecting supply? It is. It is indeed. I'd still want to see that low of day break, but index is dropping. Long's not looking great, yeah. If NVIDIA breaks low of day, could be an interesting short. I don't really think we'll have anything else on Goog today. That was the only thing that had any sort of potential. I still like Apple. I really do. I don't know if it'll play out. I do like it. IWM's actually moving up surprisingly well. Q kind of broke that daily low. Don't know if NVIDIA will. Yeah, Meta's kind of stalling at what would be that 30-minute demand here. I'd probably want to see it break that before I would ever go short on it. If we could break through that area like this, if we break through that, shorts could be really clean on Meta. Apple coming down. Okay, NVIDIA looks like it's going to break that daily low. I'd want a clean close below, though. That would be nice. Would be nice for a short. Not the best close. Meta rejecting that area again. Apple just misses the retrace we were looking for. Just misses it. See if we get another opportunity. Almost is just kind of stop hunting that low of day. Meta's not breaking through either. Coin does break through. Take coin off. I like the NVIDIA reaction off supply more than the TSM one. I still don't love the NVIDIA one, though. Would want to see a better close. Apple pulls back to this area again. So let's see what that does. SPY fails to make a new high. Q's moving down. Q's is at some supply here. It's kind of what I was saying pre-market. So I'm not surprised to see it doing what it's doing. Get a nice little retrace entry there for shorts. See if it keeps pushing down though. Watch Apple just fly. That would be annoying. All right, surely this candle is the NVIDIA close you'd want to see. Maybe not. Meta failing to break that. Q's retraces that whole candle. It's surprising. So that doesn't close anywhere near where you'd want it to. See what Apple does here. Let's be patient with this. Let's be patient. See if we get a little bit of a pop. Might just be a drop. Ooh, big drop. Big drop indeed. It's not really there on anything else. Interesting. Just kind of an Apple thing. It's a bit strange. Very random sell-off here. Huh. Very weird. Very, very weird. NVIDIA moving back up. If you like that close below, could end up being a nice short. Need a little bit more of a pullback, probably to the 181.75 area. I don't know. I just have a hard time shorting stuff like this. Apple pushing back. See if that can work its way back up. Yeah, I mean, if you're into shorts today, NVIDIA makes sense. I think it makes more sense than Meta, to be honest. Much more sense than Q's. Q shorts would scare me a little bit today. Nvidia makes sense though. I don't love any of the closes here. That's my only gripe with it. But it looks like it tapped that retrace, push right back down. So we could definitely see that moving down even more. It's like this could be solid if you got in. See if Apple can recover. A little bit unlikely with that sell-off. You didn't really want to see that. Meta's holding strong at that 30, which is very surprising. And I really thought Oracle was going to reject at the worst this, but we didn't even hit that. It's kind of rejecting in the middle of nowhere. So we probably won't look at that. TSM, it's staying at that supply area a little too long for my liking. A little bit too long. Apple, nice reversal coming in. We'll see if that can hold. Assume the 5 minute. Okay, so that 5 minute closed there. Kind of would have liked, that 5 minute to be that U. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna get back up. Doesn't feel right being in a call and a put in different stocks. I agree, Alex. I typically will only trade one direction. I guess the only time I won't do that is like if I'm trading kind of like a Mag 7 stock and then maybe a smaller cap stock. But typically a lot of like the Mag 7 stuff, kind of those larger cap, especially if you're in like tech stocks, a lot of them will kind of use the same path throughout the day. So it's pretty rare I'd be in like a Apple call in, an Nvidia short, for example. So yeah, I understand that. Some stocks naturally go in opposite directions. So yeah, but I think if you're trading, let's just use the same example, Apple and Nvidia, right? And both of them have like a more bullish trend, like overall. It just wouldn't make sense to me, even if the setup's there, to take a long and take a short. I'd rather just take the long that makes more sense and not worry about the short, knowing that the long has a higher chance of working out. So it's always that thing of like, sometimes even if you see a great setup, you don't have to take it. If there's things there that, the setup might be great, but it goes against trend or whatever it might be, those sorts of things, there's still valid reasons to not take a trade, even if the setup looks really good, according to like your rules and stuff, obviously. But then again, Nvidia continues falling. Well, Apple's kind of finding its footing. I don't know. Nvidia is hard for me to short because, like, I think even the sell-off yesterday was really dumb. I just think it was a really stupid reason to sell off. So I just can't imagine this is going to go much lower than 180 again. Yesterday was a great buying opportunity for Nvidia, by the way. Under 170? Are you kidding me? Yeah, let's see what Apple does. Heard some great advice from Gabe, like for reasons not. Yeah, me and Gabe have kind of the same philosophy of like every day we go into the market, we're more looking for reasons to not trade versus reasons to trade. Like as stupid as it might sound, my goal every day is to not take a trade. And Jesus. And what I mean by that is like, I basically go into every day constantly looking for things that go against kind of my bias or my idea. And if I find a trade that I'm like, hey, everything here makes sense, it's undeniable that I should take this, then I take it. And that'll keep you out of a lot of the trades that, you know, get you in a situation where you're revenge trading or whatever it might be. Kind of like that impulse trading. And ultimately that's really what you want to stay away from the most. So nice push on Apple. Unfortunately, kind of getting cleared out right now. It was a really solid candle that just got absolutely dunked on, which sucks. Looks like most things are moving up well today, though. Just looking across the market. Yeah, so market's looking overall pretty bullish. The only thing that's red for the day right now is Goog, it looks like. So market is looking pretty good. As I say that, Apple drops off, but is looking relatively bullish. See where it goes from here. A little bit of a pullback on most things. Goog is not having fun right now. Not having fun. I don't think AMD's at supply. It's not. Looks like Hood cleared that supply we were talking about. I could see that continuing. Microsoft wasn't off supply, was it? No. Really good structure the downside, though. If that was off supply, that would be a free sort of short there. Nothing on AVGO. Really good structure to the upside, though. Yeah, looks like Apple is not going to cooperate today. Unfortunate. NVIDIA continuing its push down. Okay, so bears might have shown up. Bears might have shown up. Not the end of the world. Let's volume's low today. Yeah, lower volume anticipated. True rule number one, don't. Man, if that was the number one trading rule, I would have missed out on a lot of stuff, man. Days like this are hard. The day like right before a holiday or a day where the market's closed, volume's always lower. The moves are a little more random. Sometimes you find wins, sometimes you don't. We'll see what Apple does. Apple still has room, but it doesn't look promising. NVIDIA looks like it would have been the absolute play, I gotta say. Didn't love the break, but looks like this would have been really good. Depending on where you target. But if you see something good, it works. Yeah. But yeah, I think if you took NVIDIA today, you're in good shape. This thing just keeps falling, which is pretty surprising, I must say. Pretty surprising. We'll see if Apple recovers. It's pretty unlikely at this point. Man, NVIDIA's dropping. Wow. Yeah, if you did something like that, you are in the green today. Man. Yeah. Yeah, Nvidia was the play, it seems. SPY made a new high. Hughes did as well. Kind of all over the place. Yeah, wow. Very much all over the place. Man, this thing is dropping. Jeez. Wow. Good on the Nvidia bears. Really solid. Man, that's one I missed out on. That was clean. Yeah, I think I'll just see if Apple recovers. I don't think it will, to be fair. But and yeah, outside of that, yet there's not going to be a lot today, day before Thanksgiving. So, yeah, for the people I don't talk to, hopefully you guys have a good Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time off. If there's any Freedom Team people in here, I know there's a few of you. There probably won't be a live on Friday. Just heads up. Obviously there's not one tomorrow, but there probably won't be one on Friday either. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys have a good Thanksgiving, and I will likely see most of you Monday. So enjoy the holidays, enjoy the weekend. Appreciate you.